Today I want to make a quick Christmas gift for my friend that I knit with. I saw this really cute Notions pouch tutorial from a lady named Erica Arndt, and I will link it below. And here's my first attempt. And you know, I didn't take my own advice. I took some shortcuts, and I'm not actually happy with the results. So I'm gonna keep this one for myself and try again. One of these, you know, pillowcase holders that I've cut up to use for the vinyl. Okay, so I have taken my own advice and gone back to rewatch the video, and I've cut my binding strip, but I realized I needed two types of fabric, the back, the front, and then the this part right here, the top for the zipper. So I'm going to use this for the top of the zipper, and then this will be my back and front. These two like complementary prints. Okay, so I've got all my elements ready to go to get started on this pouch. Okay, so the first thing Erica says to do is to press this here and then press under these raw edges. Then we're going to be attaching them to the vinyl and the zipper, I think. So let's go. So in Erica's video, she gets it clipped together and then does the binding all in one seam. I don't feel confident enough to do that, so I'm going to do a seam inside, like a really close to the edge seam to hold things together before I attach the binding. Okay, I got that done, and I'm really glad I did, because this was a bit tricky to make sure it stayed close together so that the zipper can close properly when the binding's on. And the vinyl slips around a little bit, so I'm glad it's intact. So Erica tells me that we're going to leave a tail and then join up when we get around to the other side. And honestly, I am so scared of mitering corners that I'm going to do it off camera, and I'll let you know if it works, because I've never in my life gotten it to work. So let's see if this time will be different. Okay, here's my second attempt at the binding. My problem last time, my corners were acceptable, but I didn't leave myself enough here to make a seam. I didn't feel confident, and I was way over here making my seam too. So I'm a little bit closer this time. Let's look at the corners. Well, they don't look as perfect as Erica's. Whoops, way down here. Oop, I forgot to trim my threads. But it's going to have to do, because I don't want to be sewing this vinyl too many times. It doesn't have enough integrity to keep taking things out. So let's figure out this join. So the first time I did it, I only allowed myself 1/4 of an inch. This time I'm going to allow myself more. Okay, so now we have to join this. Okay, with a 1/2 inch seam allowance, and I can always trim it. So I'm going back to my machine. Okay, so I've joined up my binding with a 1/2 inch seam, and we can see that that wasn't quite right. So I'm going to unpick this out and make a smaller seam allowance. Okay, so I got my binding joined, and I actually, even though I cut it at a 1/2 inch, I ended up doing a 1/4 inch seam allowance, and it fits perfectly. So, you know, I don't know how that works in life, but I'm going to wrap it around. And I think, so in the tutorial, Erica sews it down right here, and then her stitching shows through here, which is totally fine. But I've had enough of fighting with this thing, so I am going to use my clips and hand stitch it on. Very cute. And I thought I might like to add a little something to it to kind of make it my own. And I've decided to try making a tiny little case for needles. So I've got, I went through my felt scraps and I took a little piece of felt. I've got some interfacing, and these are my offcuts from the binding. Basic configuration of this will be a flip up needle case. And I want the felt for putting the needles in like this. So what I want to do is attach this felt to the fabric. Okay, I've got my little felt piece sewn on there, and now I've ironed on my interfacing, and I'm going to put these guys right sides together. Okay, and I'm going to leave this end open and sew all these 3 sides. Okay, I'm finished my little needle case, and I've run a line of top stitching, you know, really close to the edge after I turned it. And then I also did a line of top stitching on the fold to keep it folded up. And then there's a little dome fastener there. And I decided to change the orientation so that the points of the needles would always be enclosed. I couldn't resist having a little rummage around in my junk journaling stash, and I found this, it's not even like ribbon, it's barely fabric. But I thought if I cut one of those out and just, you know, tacked it on there, that might be pretty. So I'm going to try that. Okay, here is my little needle case. It's very cute. So let's get this notion pouch packed and see. So I've got this little retractable measuring tape, which is very cute, and a little pair of scissors. So that's just about the right size. When I made my first one, I made it a bit bigger, and honestly, I think bigger is better for knitting anyway. But still, I'm pleased with that little outcome. Very good. All right, so I've decided to make a third pouch, a little bit larger for my daughter. So what I did is I made this first, and then I cut my back and front fabric. So, you know, it can be trimmed, and I think it blends okay. So these are the fabrics I've chosen, and I'll show the finished product when I'm done. Okay, so I finished my daughter's, or the second pouch. I think I'm giving it to my daughter. And there's a back. And I thought, you know, the zipper pull was, you know, would be kind of cute with something on it. And I'm going to put one on the other one, so I'll show you how I did it. So I've got this, you know, cheap craft ribbon, about 5 inches, thereabouts. And I'm using my rotary cutter just to get a nice angle. Here comes the cat. And then this works with a dark color ribbon. Okay, go on, Harriet. Mommy's going to do the lighter. This works with a dark color ribbon. But if you were going to do it yourself, you'd want to test first on scrap. So much fun making these cute little notions pouches, and the vinyl from the pillowcase covers worked out great. I hope it inspires you to give them a try, and I hope my experience will help enhance your ability to make them. Thank you so much for watching and for joining me with this cute little make, and I'll see you again next time.